A man involved in the legal battle to open Oswego Lake to the public was the victim of car vandalism over the weekend. This comes just days after a Clackamas County judge ruled in his favor. Fox 12's Carly Olson spoke with him today about why he thinks this happened.
Kramer has been pushing for this ruling since 2012, of course, and it was just last Monday that a judge ruled that the lake would be open to the public via Millennium Park. But on Saturday, Kramer parked his car right here in this parking lot to go and kayak and celebrate that ruling. And he says when he came back, he was shocked by what he saw.
We were excited when the jury saw the case our way.
It was the end of a 13-year battle for Mark Kramer and Todd Prager, the two men who led the case to finally open Oswego Lake. And on Saturday, it was time for celebration.
Took off the kayaks, brought them across the street, kayaked, had a great time.
Until Kramer returned to his car.
There was a note on the door from a witness who said that this witness had seen a woman, an older woman in a black Land Rover, take a key and key the entire side of the car. Left me a partial plate.
Lake Oswego police tell us they took the suspect information, but they'll need to speak to the anonymous witness to build a provable case. Just days after the judge's ruling, signs are still in place marking the lake as private. But in the next few months, they will have to be taken down, and safe public access will be facilitated through Millennium Park.
This retribution is not okay.
Kramer doesn't know if the vandal knew he was one of the plaintiffs, but he believes they were at least unhappy that a member of the public was using the lake.
And it's just very unfortunate that, in the times we have, that people want to use violence to make their point rather than doing a sit down.
We reached out to the Lake Oswego Corporation, and they told us, quote, "We don't condone any breaking of the law." Kramer says he doesn't blame the city or the Lake Oswego Corporation for the vandalism, but he says it is their responsibility to change the narrative.
And I hope that people contact the city of Lake Oswego and say, this vitriol, this division, this polarization has to stop.
And as you heard, Lake Oswego police are still on the hunt for that anonymous witness or anyone else who may have witnessed this crime. And if that's you, they ask that you please contact their non-emergency line. Reporting in Lake Oswego, Carly Olson, Fox 12 Oregon.
Members of every generation face the problems of their time, but for millennials who are looking to buy a home, the American dream can feel like an impossible dream. Clever Real Estate just published some new research that found that only 21% of millennials think that it's possible for their generation to afford a home. For Fox 12, Don G takes a look at why it's so hard for many millennials to make ends meet.
According to the last census figures, nearly 16% of U.S. millennials lived with their parents in 2022. And it's not because they miss mom and dad. The struggle for this young group is real.
More than 1 in 4 millennials have more debt than savings.
Clever Real Estate Company's Millennial Home Buyer Report lays out a generation's dreams, fears, and faults when it comes to home ownership. Jamie Seal is a writer-editor for Clever and points out the published new research shows millennials haven't had it easy.
They came of age during the Great Recession when salaries were typically lower. It was harder to find jobs. College costs are very high, so they have a lot of student debt. Our homes are very expensive. Interest rates are pretty high right now.
Seal shared those 3 strikes against millennials makes many of them feel they're already out when it comes to being able to purchase their own home. The report shows many millennials are so